Hey, lovely sexy people. Okay, so I am behind. It's nothing unusual for me. So, Airfix Model World. So this will be April 2023, issue 149, and then I will record Airfix Model World issue 150, which will be May 2023, immediately after, and I will try and get them uploaded back to back today. But Airfix Model World, we've got this nice cover art of a Mosquito on the front, a U2 in 1/48 scale, and Perfect Lifesaver, a Model T Ford ambulance. Right, let's crack her open. So we got our welcome page, and then we got our contents. So we've got the U2, which is going to be 80, page 80. We have 14, which is a Acrobat Z526AFS. So that's this little guy. We've obviously got Baby Grogu. 68 is a spiel from the Maze, Nuremberg's Toy Fair. Okay, so it's not a specific build by the look of it. We have Lockheed Martin F-35A from Tamiya in 1/72 scale, number 68. No, that's 68 as well. So there you go. And 42, Perfect Lifesaver, ICM's Model Ford T in 1/35 scale. World War I ambulance unboxing. Right, so let's have a look. Airfix branded beverages. Really? Warbird Modeller's Brew. Okay then. Celebrate the completion of your latest build, or simply wait to paint for paint to dry with a cup of Modeller's Brew, tea or coffee. Prices start at £7.50. Modeller's Brew tea comes in fully biodegradable bags in resealable packs of 80, and these start at £5. Although for both tea and coffee, cheaper prices are available if you subscribe for regular videos. So the Warbird coffee, Modeller's Brew, tea bags and coffee with modelling theme. The coffee is made from Indian beans and has notes of caramel, spice, wood and leather. Available in 250 or 500 gram or 1 kilogram resealable bags. Well, there you go. For the coffee aficionados amongst us. Excellent. Okay. I mean, yeah, okay. Gecko. LRC V updated by Das Werk. The early version of this fascinating amphibious hauler can now be built courtesy of Das Werk, which has added new parts and decals to Gecko model's original 1/35 scale kit. High-end workstation from Tyrrell. Oh, this is quite nice. Lots of slots and holes to put bits and pieces in. Nice board as well. That's pretty nice. There's a Lancaster reference book. New Hind boxing from Edward. Hind E 1/48 scale. And then the show guide. I will, even though it's a little bit out of date, because obviously this goes up to March, April. So yeah, it will come up to the end of April by the look of it. I will still photograph this and get it out in the video. Subscriptions, and here we go. Compact Performer Duncan Cook builds the Czech Z526 AFS Acrobat Sport plane from Edouard in 1/48 scale, and this is £22.80 from edward.com. That's a nice little plane actually. Kind of reminds me a bit sort of like a chipmunk. The inclusion of 3D printed items offers modelers greater detail, but at the expense of fragile parts. So yeah, nice little aircraft, nice little thing to be messing about with, I suppose. If you're more of a military modeler, this might just be a nice little build. If you're feeling a bit sort of like meh about all the green and stuff you've been painting, this might offer a slight change to get the juices flowing again. Right, Bolton Strikes Back, out and about. So Bolton Model Show. It's a nice Tamiya 135 scale Churchill crocodile here. Oh, I love this bust. Really nice. Wargaming figures are increasingly popular, with Jonathan Davies' fine brushwork making this Warhammer 40,000 Imperial Knight stand out on the Staffordshire Moorlands table. And down here we got a handy piece of cross kitting with mini cast 176 scale charioteer and the bridging section from the Matchbox Churchill bridge layer kit. Being married to a scratch built cottage yielded this excellent diorama created by Modern British Armour SIG member James Crowther. Okay, one of my favourite aircraft of all time, the A-10 Thunderbolt. So this is just a photo focus, the A10C in Estonia. So pretty cool. Some nice photos, some nice close-up of the artwork as well, nose art, and some interior detail. And this is nice, they've done some close-up photos of some of the armaments, etc. So that's really nice. And the landing gear. Right, okay. Child Minds, Steve Budd Child Minds Revel's new kit of Grogu, complete with hover cradle from Disney's The Mandalorian. Is there a scale for this? They're saying it's 1/3 scale. And they're saying €43.99 available from revel.com. So it's pretty cool. It's a nice little mini. Everything appears to be in hard plastic. So yeah. Now, I understand that they've recently done a Mandalorian figure, and it's a shame that they didn't include a Grogu in his cradle to the same scale as that. This is pretty cool. It's nicely done. And then we're on to the 135 scale Model 4T ambulance from ICM. So, First World War. And this is £23.80 from hanants.co.uk. But I'm loving the finish on this. They've done really well. Liking it. The interior, from what I've seen, is looking nicely detailed. There's a bit more of it here. They've got a stretcher and some bandage rolls. And then we are on to Bristol Branch's annual, or British Modeller Society, Bristol Branch's annual Bugle Call event. So this is nice. This, I'm liking this. Awarded Best in Show, Craig Spencer's Pegaso 75mm Roaming Knight was an eye-catching model and a very worthy winner. Nice dwarf warrior here. Really nice. Right, F15 Strike Eagle in 172 scale from Revel is €28.99 from revel.de. So basic build. Nice cockpit tub. Nice details there. Plenty to get into. I'm loving this pattern, this paint scheme, the eagle kind of paint scheme on this bird. And then we're into Airfix's reworked 172 scale de Havilland Mosquito PR, so that's photo reconnaissance, I believe. 16 is presented by Hugh Morgan, and this is from airfix.com. It's £23.99. Less if you're an Airfix member, but also if you are if you're an Armed Forces veteran and you have your Defence Discount Services card, I believe that you can get a discount code to get a bit off as well. So nothing there to be sniffed at. So looking at this, they've got the spars here which help with the wing assembly, and I think the spar system, like a lot of modern builds do, is so much better than what we used to have. So for those that don't know, you would have the wing and then you would have a little tab on the wing, and then you would have to glue it in and make sure that it was at the right angle. But I think having these spars in a lot of the new modern kits makes it so much better. Allied aircraft. Two schemes are offered, both being unusual as non-RAF airframes. So you've got 60 Squadron, South African Air Force, at San Severo, Foggia, Italy, January 1945, and the 635th 25th Battle Group, so 635th Bomber Squadron, 25th Battle Group, 325th Photographic Wing, United States of America Air Force, I assume, and that's not United States Army Air Force, at RAF Watton, Norfolk, September 1944. It's got its invasion stripes on as well to make it easy to identify as allied to other allied aircraft and more importantly ground gunners. Spiel from the Mise or Messe Key Model World, Airfix Model World staff report on products unveiled in Nuremberg. The first Spielwarenmesse, I've probably murdered that, event since COVID-19 lockdowns. There's a nice Razor Quest here. Ooh, nice little Gordon Murray Automotive T50 supercar in 124 scale. That looks really nice. So yeah, oh, lots of nice fantasy figures here. Scale 75's Zodiac themed collection of figures was a real eye catcher, along with this superb acrylic paint range. Fantastical. Have they got what? Which one would be Pisces? I'm going to have to look at that in a little bit more detail. In fact, I may even have to look it up online and see which one Pisces is and get myself one. Right, high firing half track. This is the Dragons re-released multi-option SDKFZ 7/2 half track, and this one is set up for anti-aircraft cover. It's from Dragon, it's 135 scale, and it's priced £64.88 from Dragon stockists and hobbyco.net. So yeah, nice. Really detailed chassis. I mean, there's a superb amount of detail in the chassis. That's really nice. The cab looks, although it's quite plain, the level of detail with regards to, you know, the cushioning on the seats, etc., looks good as well. And then we're into a 148 scale U2A Dragon Lady. So the U2 spy plane's been around for years. And this is from AFV Club, 148 scale. You can buy it from backman.co.uk and it's £71.99. But this is a nice livery. This looks like it's an early livery, but it's going to be perched out on the runway, or this model looks like it was perched out on the runway, because we've got a sun canopy over the cockpit. Right, AFV Club supplies a fully detailed camera pack for the early U2 airframe, comprising 3 Hicon Model 732 cameras in a frame which ensures all are aligned correctly. So that's what this is, this here. So you could, if you had the ground crew, literally make it so that the U2 was being fitted for its next mission. So if I remember rightly, the U2 is actually quite, see these little outrigger, if I remember rightly, these drop off as it takes off, and then it's got these little skids on each wingtip, so when it lands, the wingtips are protected. But these little outriggers drop off and it's just on its bicycle gear when it lands. But the extra long wingspan is basically to generate lift. The flat wingspan generates lift. If you want supersonic, you sweep it back. But if you want lots of lift, you've got this, which is what kind of like with swing wing aircraft, that was kind of like the thing. The swing wing, you would have it extended forward so that you had the lift with a heavy payload to take off, and then you could transition to swept back in transition to your target and go supersonic. But this beastie, it's all about the lift because it needs to get up there, up in the clouds. So there we go. Several AK Interactive's extreme metal paints were used straight from the bottle, and they perform flawlessly, being built gradually on thin airbrushed layers. That, you know, I mean, that's a really nice finish on the airframe. This metallic silver, just the polished aluminium, basically. Okay, here we go. On the shelf. How to paint brick buildings. We're in the books. We've got Legends of Warfare Aviation, the A6 Intruder. Images of War, Essex class aircraft carriers, 1943 to 1991. F-117 Nighthawk Stealth Fighter, an illustrated developmental history, Target Saigon 1973-75, Volume 4, The Final Collapse, April to May 1975. And then kits, we have from Italeri in 148 scale, a Spitfire Mark 9 priced $29.99 from hobbyco.net. We've got a Saab 37 Vigan Trainer, Special Hobby 172 scale, €28.90 from specialhobby.eu. We've got a A26C-15 Invader with pilots and ground personnel, GP, ground personnel. ICM 148 scale, £59.80 from hanance.co.uk. We've got an L4 Cub European Cubs in post-war service, 148 scale, Special Hobby, €23.70 from specialhobby.eu. We've got in 172 scale from Edward a BF 109E-3, and this is £13.83 from edward.com. And we have a Breju, I assume. The Breju BR14B. This is from a company, a Czech company called Kovozavody Prostyov. In 172 scale, it's $16.95 from kovozavody.cz. And then we have a Bristol Beaufort Mark 1A in 148 scale from ICM, £52.60. The Airfix Vintage Classic kit is on a re-release. Beagle Basset 206, 172 scale, £10.99 from airfix.com. And then we have the 132 scale Messerschmitt by Revel, €28.99. Now, is this just a rebranding of the Matchbox kit? If it's in 132 scale, back in 20 issued its then. Oh, it's a new tool, so it is a Revel new tool. That's cool. Right, so armour, we have a Stug 4 early version Airfix 135 scale, £45.99 from airfix.com. We have a Revel 172 scale SWS with flak 43 and ammo trailer in 172 scale from revel.de/en, £23.99. We have a SDKFZ 171 Panther G steel wheel with infrared sights. So these were the early infrared sights that Germany were starting to bring in towards the end of World War II. They would have had to have an infrared illuminator to help them out a little bit. This is 172 scale, it's $29.99 from hobbyco.uk. Sorry, hobbyco.net. The Leyland Retriever General Service from ICM, so it's a British World War II military truck, 135 scale, $49.99 from hanance.co.uk. Italeri are releasing two kits here. The first one's a Crusader Mark III with British crew at El Alamein from Italeri, 135 scale, $39.99, hobbyco.net. And the Panzerkampfwagen 4 Alf F1 F2G from El Alamein. Again, Italeri, scale 135, $39.99 again from hobbyco.net again. Right, British Infantry in Combat circa 2010 to 2016, set 1 and set 2. Now this is from Gecko Models, and they're $15.95 each. So it's always nice to have more modern versions of the British combat soldier depicted, and it's nice that they give a date frame, because quite often in the past they would literally just turn and say modern British infantry, and when you get it, you know, it was modern for the 1980s sort of thing. So it's nice that they give a date bracket to go from. And then some civilian builds. We've got a quick build, Jeep Quicksand concept. Scale's not applicable because it's like their Lego brick type stuff. From Airfix, $16.99 from airfix.com. Italeri Mercedes-Benz SK 1944 LS V8, 124 scale, $59.99, hobbyco.net. And Revel, that's actually a nice looking Audi. Revel in 124 scale, £36.99 from revel.de/en. Audi RS e-tron GT. That does look nice. And then decals, we have North American F100D Super Sabre collection decals, and these are for 132 scale, $36.95, fantasyprintshop.co.uk. We have Mitsubishi A6 M20 148 scale. Kagero are the manufacturers. They're €10.50 from shop.kagero.pl. Okay, so this is something that might interest some people that have possibly still got a Matchbox stroke Revel 172 scale Twin Otter in their stash. Iliad have released in 172 scale a set of Twin Otter decals, and we've got United Nations. We've got some US Army decals here and some other bits and pieces, so that would be a really interesting conversion possibly. They're $14 from Iliad-design.com. P38J over Europe, so what's that? That's the Lightning, isn't it? World War II P38 Lockheed Lightning. 148 scale from Edward, £10.58. So we've got some nice nose art there as well. We have Pacific Thunderbolts P47Ds Part 1s. These are Kagero again, 148 scale, €11.96 from sklep.kagero.pl. Okay. And then we have in 172 scale Panzer markings, 116th Panzer Division Windhund. Fans of 172 armour subjects may find this new release from Star Decals useful for German tanks, as it provides markings for 8 vehicles from the 116th Panzer Division Windhund or Greyhound, 5 Panthers from Panzer Regiment 16 and Panzer Brigade 111 with 3 Panzer IV Alfs J, also from the former subunit. All wear variations of the commonly seen late war camouflage of Rotbraun, Olive Grun and Dunkelgelb, with the base tone differing between the first and third colours. Okay, there you go. And then we've got the aftermarket ancillaries. What have we got? So 172 from Edward, 172, we've got bomb racks here, and these are S199 4x ETC 50 racks with bombs. Turns the Czech-made fighter bomber into, turns the Czech-made fighter into a fighter bomber. 40mm Bofors single gun, 172, and this is a 3D printed thing from Black Hat Models, blackhatmodels.eu, €16.63. Razor saw, so razor saw radius ultra and extra smooth. Okay, so these are always handy for having your model stash, your toolkit stash. And then we just got the final bit of advertising. Before we land on the final page, we have a Panivia Tornado here. GR1, if only paint scheme. Built for an IPMS West Suffolk competition, Martin Lawrence's striking Revel Tornado GR1 depicts the type as an if-only airframe, a development of the what-if mantra in the service of Ukraine's air arm. So that's quite a striking camouflage scheme. So there you go. That was Airfix Model World, issue 149. I will try and get this sorted out and up to date, and I will try and get the next one that I'm going to do up as well. Okay, see you in a sec.